Hello everyone, my name is Wale Faro and I'm a tech entrepreneur. Welcome to another episode of Tech RoundUp, your weekly opinion, views and analysis of the top tech events happening around the world with a focus on Nigeria. On Tech RoundUp today, we will review the launch of Uber's latest product called Uber Money. We'll also take a look at social media, the impact of social media and effort to regulate it, currently a debate going on in Nigeria. And finally, Cisco says it's going to train up to 1 million Africans in the next 5 years. Let's get started. At the recent Money 2020 conference, Uber announced Uber Money, a new fintech solution launched by the ride-hailing giants. If you recall, we've discussed other Uber solutions recently on Tech RoundUp, including Uber Eats, Jump, and Uber Walk. With this solution, the company announced that drivers and couriers will have immediate access to their earnings, and the company is integrating its Uber debit account into the Uber driver's account, and cashback on fuel purchases starts at 3% and they go up to about 6% for some tiers of drivers. The updated Uber wallet will enable earners to manage and move their money in one place. And finally, with the relaunched Uber credit card, cardholders will receive 5% cashback and Uber Cash from spending across Uber platform. But make no mistake that this is a bigger strategy into fintech by Uber, and here are a few highlights that I noted. 1. This serves banking on underserved, or is it serving unbanked drivers? The report shows that 60% of Uber drivers go negative on their account 6 times a month. That might not be an issue with the new debit card or debit accounts. If those drivers make enough trips, overdraft fees will be waived. 2. Remittances. The same report said that Uber drivers send up to 25% of their income back to their home countries. With Uber's international presence, the firm is well positioned to provide money transfer services directly through the app. Lending, and it's just a matter of time before Uber is lending. Similar to how network providers, including Amazon, uses cash flow to determine which merchants to make cash advances, Uber Money will use data about drivers, income, and cash flow to make smart lending. With fintech space eating up in Nigeria, some of these Uber services could come in very handy to help the drivers and passengers, and might be a way for Uber to differentiate from other transportation tech businesses in Nigeria. The influence of social media on our lives cannot be overstated. Many of us spend a good portion of our day on one social media platform or the other, interacting with people, events, and news. These platforms are now the single source of truth for many people around the world. It's so important that information being posted by publishers and consumed by social media users be authentic and vetted. Else, this can distort the order in the world. For this reason and probably more, the Nigerian government is making plans to regulate the use of social media. Nigeria's Minister of Information said recently, and I quote, "It has reached a level that the government may no longer be able to fold its arm and allow this to continue," the minister said at a conference. My issue with this declaration is that the Nigerian government may be underestimating what it takes to undertake such an endeavor, or are we simply talking about cutting us off the social media grid? That wouldn't be regulation, but an infringement of fundamental rights of free speech in a democracy. The Vice President, however, said that the regulation of social media in Nigeria was not necessary. In a related story, Twitter says it will stop accepting political ads. The company's CEO, Jack Dorsey, announced this week. He said the company has made a decision to stop all political advertising on Twitter globally. He says the company believes that political message should be heard, not bought. A political message earns reach when people decide to follow an account or retweet. Paying for reach removes that decision, forcing highly optimized and targeted political messages on people. We believe that this decision should not be compromised by money, Dorsey added. The company's CFO tweeted that the company only made $3 million from political ads in the 2018 US election cycle. Let's examine this quickly, as this comes with benefits and downsides. Pros. 1. This limits the interference of election by foreign powers who are able to spend money on political ads. 2. This limits the reach of propaganda and false claims. And 3. This curbs political coordination with credible signals and communication possible through social media channels. On the other hand, the cons are: 1. This is a reverse attack on freedom of speech, and it's a slippery slope. And secondly, this is against all basic principles of capitalism. Let's continue to watch this space and this topic and see how technology and social media continue to impact our lives and generate debates around the world. And to our last story this week. Cisco aims to educate 1 million people in networking skills across Africa. The global networking company Cisco says it is committed to continue its investment in skills development and education in Africa. Well, this time around, South Africa. The company recently partnered with the Department of Communication and Digital Technologies to invest $9.2 million as part of effort to digitize South Africa over the next 3 years. The Executive Vice President and Chief People Officer at Cisco in the US said the lifespan of a skill is getting shorter and shorter, and education and skill development has been a focus for Cisco globally for 25 years. She said, adding that the company has educated 9 million students so far, having invested about $3 billion since establishing its networking academies. I reached out and I spoke to the Cisco lead for Nigeria, Kunle Oloruntimere, and he said that Nigeria is the biggest network academy program in Africa, with about 200,000 trained to date out of the total 900,000 trained so far in Africa. He says he expects Nigeria to continue to contribute a fair share to the 1 million new people to be trained over the next 5 years. Please keep your comments and feedback coming on LinkedIn at Wole Farron, and remember to subscribe to our Tech RoundUp YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Also, please look at the bottom of your screen for all our social media handles. Please follow, like, share, and join the conversation. Have a great weekend, guys, and see you all again next week. Adio.